like that, the fact that he's disrespected the club, the badge, the manager, the squad. We don't offer him anything. So hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Red Devils TV, and in this video we're going to talk about the Jadon Sancho update and his move to Borussia Dortmund on loan for the rest of the season. Now, I expected this deal to happen. I didn't expect it to be Borussia Dortmund, but there were so many rumours about the likes of Juventus, teams in the Liga and Dortmund all coming in for Jadon Sancho for a loan deal. Now, personally for me, I feel like that for Sancho, this would probably be the best option for him to move because he's going back to Dortmund, a club that he knows. It's a club that United bought him from. You know, he's familiar with the fans, he's familiar with the team, the system, everything. So personally for me, Jadon Sancho might get the best out of him. But my concern is that we have a Jesse Lingard episode. Remember when Jesse Lingard went to West Ham and absolutely teared it up on loan, and everyone and West Ham fans wanted to buy him back, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said, no, we want to keep Jesse Lingard, we're going to play you, blah, 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 blah. What happened? Jesse Lingard hardly played a minute of football the following season, and then his career went on a down path, and we saw what happened after he came out and spoke about his mental health issues. But with Jadon Sancho, I'm concerned that because he's very divided in the fan base. A lot of fans are now becoming Erik Ten Hag out and backing the Jadon Sancho situation. But there's fans like me who back Erik Ten Hag and think Jadon Sancho is completely out of order. And for me, I don't think we should be offering Jadon Sancho anything. I feel like that the fact that he's disrespected the club, the badge, the manager, the squad, we don't offer him anything. So sit on his bench and that's it. But at the end of the day, clearly, we have a plan put in place for Jadon Sancho. But again, he's still yet to apologise after the whole incident when Erik Ten Hag called him out after the Arsenal game. That feels like over a year ago now. I mean, it was last year, but at the end of the day, it's an absolute disaster for how this whole situation has been handled. Pretty much, it should have been resolved before Sir Jim Ratcliffe actually took over the club. But maybe this is Sir Jim Ratcliffe putting his foot down and be like, right, I'm a shareholder at Man United now. This is my say. And the fact is that Sir Jim Ratcliffe has only been here for, 4 days, whatever it is, however long he's been impacted at Man United. Donny van de Beek's already gone out on loan to Frankfurt, and Borussia Dortmund are now eyeing up Jadon Sancho on a loan deal. And it's a brilliant bit of business because these are players that aren't going to get playing minutes. So I do want to be seeing United players out there and getting the experience that they need. But for me, if you was to ask me to be realistic, I think that Jadon Sancho is an absolute idiot for what he's done at Man United this season. The fact is that we chased him for so many years and so many seasons, spent so much money on him, and he's failed to deliver in the shirt throughout the entire time he's played for Man United. And how dare you decide to backstab the manager after failing under 3 different managers? You failed under Ranić, you failed under the likes of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and you're also now failing under Erik Ten Hag, and you don't seem like you want to improve your performances. The FIFA ratings say it all as well. Just constant down ratings every single game that comes out. And that might be a poor analogy to make, but it's, at the end of the day, the stats don't lie. Jadon Sancho has offered us nothing in his time as a Man United shirt. I can't name at least 5 moments where Jadon Sancho has had a man of the match performance or a world-class moment to show that he's worth the £73 million we paid for him. So at the end of the day, for me, I hope Jadon Sancho goes to Dortmund and revives his career and then comes back and tears it up and apologises to Ten Hag, and the bed has finally been made. But at the end of the day, I feel like with Jadon Sancho as well, he shouldn't be getting anything. The fact is that this is all on him. This is all on him with his poor attitude and everything else on top of that. I mean, you look at it back in his academy days. Manchester City under Pep Guardiola got rid of him due to a poor attitude. And United yet again sign a player that shows a lot of disrespect, a player that has a massive ego and is just ego inflated with the wrong people around him. I mean, you look at him while he's had his time off and not been involved in the Man United squad. He's been seen out partying. He's been seen with Twitch streamers playing FIFA until like God knows how long in the morning. I think it's very, very unprofessional from Jadon Sancho. And if he was there to see this, you know, thank you for watching. But at the end of the day, I just feel like that with Jadon Sancho, it's a massive disrespect, considering he says that when he did his interview, when he first joined Man United, he turned around and said that, oh, the fans are incredible. You know, it's a dream to play for a club this size. all that stuff that every single player says, but it's PR bullshit at the end of the day. And Jadon Sancho is a replica of a PR stunt. He symbolises about spinning the PR and make everything positive. But Jadon Sancho is a poster boy. And from what I see, he's never going to make it at Man United and never going to make it in the Premier League because he's not a direct winger. I know people like to clip up his moments at Dortmund, but all they seem to do is clip up the highlights. The highlights aren't going to show the great parts of Jadon Sancho and the poor parts of Jadon Sancho. They're just going to show the good. It's like going to the cinema. You know, you watch a trailer, the trailer aren't going to show the bloopers, they're not going to show the crap parts of the movie, they're going to show the best parts because they want someone to watch the movie. And that's exactly what all these idiots who tweet about Jadon Sancho religiously, about how, look how good Jadon Sancho is, Erik Ten Hag ruined him, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer ruined him. No, Jadon Sancho ruined it for himself by having a terrible work ethic. I don't think Jadon Sancho has put enough effort in the Man United shirt. He doesn't look like he wanted to develop at any point. And I think it's a massive disrespect on the club, the manager, everything else, and a massive disrespect on the fans. Because let's be honest as well, let's say that with last season as well, Erik Ten Hag didn't have to do this, but let Sancho go out and have his time off of his mental health issues, sent him to the Netherlands to have his own training programme, and when Jadon Sancho came back, the fans applauded him. It's still his picture on social media for him coming back onto the Old Trafford pitch. It was against the game against, it was Nottingham Forest in the Carabao Cup before we went on to win the whole thing. But with Sancho, I just feel like that it's a massive, massive disrespect. For me, it's split 50-50. I want him to go out and get the experience and go out and get playing time. And hopefully, you know, he starts playing well and then starts playing well for Man United when he comes back. But at the end of the day as well, I also feel like we don't offer him anything. He's been a spoilt child, and, you know, it's like with them, like, very terrible parents. You know, your kid, it's like them terrible parents, you know, the kids that are misbehaving and the parents reward it. That's exactly what we're doing here. It's like the Ronaldo situation as well. You know, Ronaldo is a bit of a different subject, but Ronaldo acted out and got exactly what he wanted, which was to leave Man United. And I think Jadon Sancho has tried to do the same. And that's the issue here. If no player would have spoken to Sir Alex Ferguson like that. Not even David Moyes, Van Gaal, or possibly even Mourinho. But at the end of the day, there are players still in this squad that have bring a toxic environment into the dressing room. And I personally believe Jadon Sancho is amongst one of them players. There are other players out there that we don't know. We don't know what goes on behind the scenes. But at the end of the day, for me, Jadon Sancho seems like a trouble causer. And if it was up to me, for the way he's behaved this season, the way he's performed over the last 3 seasons, I would hope he absolutely tears it up at Dortmund, and as soon as his loan ends, I would be putting him on the transfer list, and that's it. Sancho's got nothing to do with us. Let him increase his market value, and let's sell him and at least try and break even. But there's not a chance in hell Jadon Sancho's going to have a loan spell that's going to make him a £70 million player like he was at Dortmund when we signed him. You know, if we could sell him for about 30-40 million, if he had a good loan spell, then I'd call that a success. You know, again, it's another player that we're losing profit on. But at the end of the day, there's nothing we can do. I don't think Jadon Sancho wants to play for this manager. I don't think he wants to play for the club anymore. And I feel like that a move away is best for all parties involved. But let me know in the comments down below on what you think of the Jadon Sancho situation. Let me know in the comments down below, and like the video if you are new, and subscribe if you are new as well. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.